Emily, Paul, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you.
Congratulations on the movie, first of all. I mean this as a compliment. It was so incredibly uncomfortable to watch. But on the flip side, and I mean this also as a compliment, I think it might be...
I hope so.
It might be the best Irish mammy movie I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Is that like a colloquialism that came up much while making this? Because they're, not to, say anything about any mammies in any other nation, but... There is something specific about Irish mammies, and it really came through in this.
I think that there's something that is really specific to here is that if your mum gives you an alibi, that's the end of the story. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that translates everywhere else, but I think the intensity and the weirdness and the offness of this relationship it happens the world over. Mm-hmm. It's
universal.
Yeah, it's a Greek tragedy in the making. What the DNA of the way they relate to each other.
And just the central premise of it itself, it is a very hot topic, and it's something that absolutely needs to be tackled in stories like this. But it could also be a story that a lot of actors would actively try to swerve away from, because it is such a hot topic, because it is such a potentially problematic conversation to have around the idea of abuse and assigning blame of whoever was or was not being abused. When it comes to stories like this, what is it that kind of attracts you towards them, instead of saying, actually, that might be more trouble than it's worth?
Oh,
I feel like if you're not going to...
that why are you in it? If you don't want to tell stories that are...
Difficult
and going to change the conversation and have really reflect the reality of what's going on. I think that's something that's so exciting about what's happening in Irish culture, is that the storytelling and all of that is really reflecting that sense of there's a generation here of people who are going, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that. I'm not accepting that. Let's change things.
Yeah.
I think, it's amazing.
Would you agree with that as well?
Oh, totally. I mean, just the standard of the script, full stop, just artistically as a crafted script was beautiful. So that's why I was I'm absolutely going to do it. But politically, it was something that I was really interested to be involved with, and hoping that it would not start a conversation, but continue the conversation that has been happening around the idea of consent, why we protect young men in this society, because they're perceived to be these golden boys. It's all just noise, and I think that this film cuts to the centre of what I think pillars in our community are doing to protect those young men, and the damage that does. And I think that's something that I'm interested in talking about.
And every frame in this movie practically has some kind of religious iconography in it.
Yeah.
And that you have this, very Catholic community, church-going community that all go to the blessing of the boats, who close ranks to protect a rapist.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this picture,
Yeah.
One of the things I have to commend you both for is the accent work. The Irish accent, famously very difficult to do anyway, and then to get down to particular parts of Ireland can be very difficult. So congratulations on that, first of all. But I'm always curious, do different actors have different approaches for how they specifically learn? Do you have a keyword that gets you in, or do you kind of inundate yourself with the language all at once, or how does it work for you both?
For me, it changes from job to job. The Kerry accent was something that I felt confident in, but say if there's other accents that I've done where I've had to stay in it the whole time. So it's just, and also dialect coaches are a godsend. They really are miracle workers sometimes. But
and if I was doing a London accent, I could read out the back of a cornflakes packet and go, okay, that's how I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. But with this, I had to go through every single syllable with a dialect coach and go, what does that sound like? What does that sound like? And just go over and over and over and over and over and over. I mean, I got a good ear, but not that good. I couldn't.
You could have filmed me, because your ear was perfect. So again, congratulations. Another congratulations. We have to talk a little bit about Oscars.
Yeah.
You're at the tail end, I guess, of this particular award season. You've been nominated twice. Can you confirm or deny if Oscars night is actually the best night? Is it the biggest party? Is it the most fun? Or is it kind of right, this is where this one ends and we go on to the next one? I
sort of got overwhelmed by it all. The first time I went, I completely lost my voice on the day of. Did the red carpet just going... And it was just so much. It's so much attention. And if you're not prepared for that or used to that, it's just it's too much. Mm-hmm. But and it, you too much focus on you, and it's sort of for your mental health. It's just weird. But
You're
at the
really
same time,
I shouldn't go.
At the same time, though, you go into this room, and there were all these people who, you know, celebrity wasn't the word that it is now when I did all this stuff, but it just all these people who you'd admired and worshipped all your life, and they're all just there. It's like a Christmas tree with all these decorations on it. It's just beautiful. That's amazing.
But you were excited.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm just looking like. I can't wait for the curtain to kind of be pulled back in it and to be like on the inside looking around it. Like just to have that perspective, because like I grew up like watching it, you know, and you woke up in the mornings for the last couple of years and it's like, oh, who won? What were they all wearing? And now
you're going to be there.
It's going to be,
You're going to be there. So
it's bananas. But
You actually have to answer, what are you wearing? That in itself is like a landmark moment.
It's cool.
For anyone.
But interestingly, in the context of our film, I'm sure it's not there anymore, but there is a camera they have on the red carpet that used to go 360
all the way
round and down.
Of what you were wearing?
Of what you were wearing and your body.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah,
I'm not doing that.
That's totally understandable. Emily, Paul, I feel like I talked to you about this film literally all day, but time has run out. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.
Today.
Do you not feel anything about what's happened now? Is there no feeling in you? You have this impossible image of me. Seems like the whole world has turned upside down.